What's up YouTube? Jeff back again from DopeTechDaily.com. Today we are going crazy with the unboxings again. We've had a lot of unboxings the last few days, so many devices coming out in the Android world. Today I have for you an unboxing of the Moto G5 Plus. First off, a huge shout out to my friend Jay Williams. I'll link his channel below. He did tell me yesterday he was able to pick one of these up from Best Buy. This phone was actually not supposed to release here in the US until March 31st, next Friday, but Best Buy had them in store and they were selling them. This is the 64 gig, 4 gig of RAM variant. There's also a cheaper model, which is $229. You get 32 gigs and 2 gigs of RAM. This one was $299 at Best Buy, and I do have the gray model. Just check out some of the specs really quick here on the back. You've got a 5.2-inch Full HD display, the Snapdragon 625 on the inside. Here's the thing I'm really excited about testing, the 12 megapixel rapid focus camera, and this thing has an f1.7 aperture lens in there. That's going to be a lot of fun to test out. This looks like it could be a really amazing camera for a $299 or $229 phone. And one thing that might be a little concerning, you've only got a 3000 milliamp hour battery in there. The phone is a little thick, so it seems like they could fit a little more in there. We'll take a look and see how that performs in the full review. I'll definitely be checking out the battery life. So I just want to do a quick hardware tour, and then maybe I'll boot it up and show you guys the software. I'll give you a couple size comparisons at the end to a few similarly sized phones. Here's the phone itself. Let's put that to the side. Look what's inside the box. Hello Moto. Okay. We've got not too much in here because it's again a $300 phone. You don't expect to get too many accessories. You got a Motorola turbo power charging brick. You've also got charging cable here. And the one thing that's perhaps the most disappointing to me about this phone, if you see that, that is not USB Type-C. That's a micro USB cable. So to me, that's pretty upsetting because pretty much everything I have now is USB Type-C. Now I have to deal with micro USB-C again. I think this might be a SIM tool right in here. I don't need that because I got a ton of them. And then you've got some quick start guides, some warranty information in various languages. All right, so that's everything that's in the box. Really not too much in there. Of course, that's something I expected considering the price of the phone. Here's the actual phone itself. You got some plastic on the front here. All right, so here is the Moto G5 Plus. You can see around front, again, you've got a 5.2-inch 1080p display, some Moto branding at the top, you got the fingerprint scanner on the bottom. Now the fingerprint scanner is flush or more flush with the phone. Last year it was kind of raised up on the G4 Plus, which was a little weird to me. I did not like the fingerprint scanner last year. This is definitely a better look. Volume button, power button over here on this side. On the back, you've got that camera module. Looks very reminiscent of the Moto Z Force Droid and the Moto Z Droid we saw earlier. Motorola logo here. This is a metal back, but the sides are actually plastic. They sort of feel and look metal, but the sides here are plastic. Of course, that's not a big deal because of the price of the phone, but you do have a metal back, which is something that people like. Now, I will say that to me, Motorola, in changing to this metal back here, they made their phone look more sort of mainstream, and I don't know if that's a good thing in the budget segment. It certainly looks like a more premium, like flagship offering, but Motorola took away sort of their own signature style and branding. I thought the G4 Plus and then the old G series, they all had a very signature style that Motorola could hang their hat on. That's not the case with this phone. It definitely looks like it could be, any other manufacturer's phone. It doesn't look bad, but it just doesn't have that signature look. You do have some pretty chunky bezels around the front as well, and it is pretty thick. Just as a quick size comparison, I'm going to boot it up and do a little software tour. This is a comparison to the Galaxy S7 from last year. This is a 5.1-inch phone, but you can see the Moto G5 Plus is quite a bit taller, and it's also quite a bit wider, even though it's only got an extra 0.1 inch in the diagonal there. And then, just for fun comparison, I got the LG G6 yesterday. 5.7-inch diagonal, of course, 18:9 aspect ratio. If you put these side by side, the height is pretty much dead on for 5.7-inch diagonal versus 5.2-inch diagonal. And if you look at the width of the phones, they're very similar as well. The G5 Plus, I don't know, might be a little bit wider, not too much though. And in thickness, the G5 Plus is a little bit thicker because of that camera bump on the back. All right, so that's a quick tour. I do like the design. It definitely feels like a good build. It just feels like it doesn't stand out as much as last year. Definitely feels like a quality phone though in hand. Let me boot this up really quick. I'll give you guys a quick tour of the Motorola software. We'll get out of here. I'll save the full review for later. I'll also do a couple quick comparisons to a few other phones in a follow-up video. All right, guys, so we're back in. I went ahead and put my SIM card in here, set up the phone. I want to give you guys a quick tour of the Moto G5 Plus software. You can see here, essentially got the Pixel launcher installed. Swipe up just like you would on the Pixel to get to your app drawer. No app drawer icon at the bottom. The other thing you'll notice from the G5 Plus is it essentially has no bloatware, just all the stock Google apps. You've got some device help. You've also got Motorola's own Moto app, which allows you to change some of the gestures and things like that you can perform with your Moto G5 Plus. You've got the Google Wallpapers app, which is the wallpaper picker. Lets you go in and choose your wallpapers. It's a very nice app, one that I actually have installed on a lot of my other phones as well when I'm not using backdrops. If we go up here to the settings, you see the settings menu. The drop down looks very, very clean, just like you would see on a Pixel or a Nexus device in the past. If you go into the About Phone down here, you'll see the phone is running Android 7.0, which is very nice to see on a phone like of this price point right out of the gate. A lot of the phones that you see coming out in the budget category, sometimes they're behind an Android level. You do have the January security patch, so a little bit behind on that, but not a huge deal. Overall, the phone feels super fast, super fluid, which is what I usually expect. Actually, you see if you swipe over, you get to Google Now as well, which is really nice, just like you would on the Pixel phone as well. So essentially here, you've got a very close to stock Android experience in terms of the software, coupled with the Snapdragon 625, which in my experience has been a very, very capable processor. I'm definitely excited to see what this phone can do. The one thing I'll be testing out the most is this camera. The camera, it seems like it has an amazing sensor, an amazing lens in this camera for the price point. So I'm really excited to see if it actually is in practice as fast and as impressive as low light as it should be given the hardware. So if you guys have any questions about the Moto G5 Plus, just drop them below and I'll definitely be taking a look for those questions for my full review. Also, if you want to see any other comparisons to specific phones, let me know and I'll be happy to do that as well. Find me at dopetechdaily.com, Google+, Instagram, and Twitter. The link's in the description. I appreciate you guys checking out this video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy my content, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.